morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Nikki was here. Always accept the virtual hugs. Those are awesome. Hey, Tom, Robert Mack, Joe, as always, Tommy J, Tim, TNW, Douglas. Glad you can make it. Jake's here today. That's cool. Johnny, how you doing, Johnny? I missed the trivia deal last night. He said Mark was there, I think. So I'll have to catch it the next time. I got to put some kind of alarm on my phone or something. Who else? Andy's here. Hi, Andy. Randy's here. And did I see? I didn't say hi to ET. Hey, ET, what's up? So, anyway, here we are again. So, the cousin that's building everything has been sick for 3 days now. My wife bought for out in the side garden, out the side of the house, over where the Thai kitchen and now the Thai I don't know, outdoor drying station slash stepfather's net making, throwing net making area. It's got a light, it's got fan. It's enclosed on three sides pretty much. So he's happy over there. Although we've been getting quite a bit of rain, and he's snuck back up in the front of the house again. He does it from inside the porches a lot. I guess it gets a little wet. There's the one side above the wall where the wall was is wood and it's slatted. So maybe we're going to have to put something in there to help with that. But he was supposed to put this bench together. We went and picked it up 3 days ago, I think, before the last live stream. And what it is, it's a bench seat, and then in the center, it actually comes up to where you have a place to put your coffee or little table type thing. Pretty neat, actually. What was it, 3,000 baht or something like that? Anyway, so that's her grass down there. So that side was all supposed to be pretty much grass and whatever with her plants, but she's given up some of that for the for the outdoor drying area, whatever with the roof and stuff, which is pretty much done. I should get some video of that. You guys haven't even seen that yet. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Glad you can make it. I know Chris has been busy. So, hey, John, how are you? Um, so, so that's done, and now I'm debating on whether to the outdoor area where we were originally going to put like a place where we could have outdoor, air conditioned eating area, 10, 12 people, top deck, and all that kind of stuff. Um, Now I'm kind of like, I'm debating back and forth because I'm getting selfish. I don't know. I got this little bitty area of our master bedroom, which makes it look like crap because of the big giant green blanket that's up most of the time because I too lazy to take it down every other day. But so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I'd like to have an area like that I could just go out and put up, put a nice desk, put all my equipment there, know where all my equipment is. Stuff gets shifted around in this house. If you leave something set some place for too long, it's gone, and then it's no one knows where. Oh, I don't know. What is it? It's I don't know. It's interesting, but so I don't know what I'm going to do with that because she wanted to build that first now because we could actually build that during the rainy season. Excuse me, nose is itching. And it makes sense. I just have to decide what it's going to be. Um, is it going to be I think it'll still be an observation deck, and so that'll have to be engineered. Make sure I don't want the roof coming down on me when I'm inside there. And it'd be nice to have like a barbecue, maybe a little covered area up there, being overlooking where the koi pond and the pool will be, and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's what it's going to be. It's inside that's going to be the determining, is it mom's area, is it my father-in-law's area, or is it my area? So we'll see how selfish I am. Hey, Scott, glad you could make it. Um, and then, just for just a corner type thing that I could push the desk up and we could put in, have some kind of collapsible tables there so that if we did have people over or whatever, we'd have room. But there'll be room on the roof too. Put some fans up there and do it nice, like a nice building. It would be a little over 3 meters wide by almost 7 meters in length, and whatever height we end up making it. But that's a fairly big area. I don't know how many square meters that is, but it's plenty big for having having dinner and such like that. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't let the roof come down on me. Jake's always into the songs. Gotta have a man. Yeah, I think so too. Tim, I mean, I don't want to sound and be selfish, but I haven't done too much for my particular self. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I've already thought of that, Johnny. That would be the perfect thing. The guy that is next to us has offered it, and it was really a good price. Except that he's got two or three lots, and I've got to buy all three or all two. I don't know. Yes. The man that had the land on the side, he wanted to sell, but he wanted to sell. Does he have two? The front and the back? The one over here. He said that he wanted to sell, but he was a good price, but he had two or three, right? Two or two? And what did he want for those? Yeah, he told us because I said it wasn't a bad price, but it would be nice to only have one. I think it was like 1.5 million. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it was 1.5 million, and which I think is a good price because these lots go for about 800-900. So, and you could probably get a little better than that. But I didn't want to buy both of them. If I could get a decent price on it, I probably will end up over there, Johnny. No doubt. But yeah, we're running out of area, which I knew we were going to do. But she owned the land outright. Um, she could get a loan, 2.3 million bought loan to build on this land. So on paper, it looked good. Although on paper, I knew that I was running out of area with a plunge pool and a pond and a building and a this and a that. But what we have is up front, in front of the porch, there's an area that we could set the temporary koi pond. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to move the temporary koi pond to the front, and then that clears up that whole. Basically, it's 3.5 by 8 concrete pad, and that's where we'll build the building. And I got to see about the structural stuff. We'll have to find out. If it gets to be too expensive or too much of a pain in the ass, I just won't do the observation deck. But I've already got air conditioning. I've got stuff that we took out of the rental house that I can use there. We've got all sorts of tile and crap that we did from building this house. So it should be fairly a no-brainer and reasonably priced. Buy them all and what? What did Tim say? But put up. Yeah. That would be awesome. And they had one in Phuket when I was driving on the PCX going to a hotel when one of my mini vacations, many of them I had on that island. I drove by one. I should have stopped. I didn't stop. I had a lot of fun racing with my son racing go-karts. It was a kick. There's Nikki. Good morning to you and everyone. Just flying by. I know it's 2:00 in the morning. I watched her video this morning, which of course. If you guys aren't subscribed and can at least find time to watch Nikki, she's well over. I think she's like almost 1,033 or 333, whatever it is. She's well over the 1,000. She needs watch time. So if you guys are floating around and playing on your computer, go ahead and pull up in a window pull up YouTube and click on Nikki's deal, watch it, let it run, and go back to Lasada and do all your ordering. Get her some hours. Although I would advise watching the videos; they're quite entertaining with that. Now the big star Buddy the dog. So and that was an awesome place today. It almost looked like where I live in Northern California with the pine trees, or they look like pines to me. Look like my area. It was gorgeous. If you guys haven't had a chance, check it out. Everybody's saying hi to Nikki. I'll start a link around. Are you okay? Go ahead. Nikki saying, "Thank you, Dave. I've given up just for fun." Yeah, but I mean, it's just to me, it wasn't a real big deal either. But it was a milestone to me to be able to put those two together, get the 1,000 subs, get the 4,000 hours. That was the only one. That was my last one. First one was to 100 subs, and then to get 1,000, the 4,000, and why monetized, I don't know. It was just part of the deal, and with that comes a lot of stuff that I haven't even got into and looked at. But I know I think Joe bought uh, 3 or 4 memberships. I got to start doing some membership stuff. The way that it's going down on the camping deal. Let me take a sip of coffee first. She wants to keep the truck, which makes kind of sense. I was thinking about trading that in. If you don't know, I kind of abandoned the idea of the Forza because she's just too nervous. She won't be able to sleep. It's a nightmare. So I've kind of haven't given up completely, but it's set over on the side. So I thought, oh, okay, no problem. I'll get some kind of a something. I'll make one of those truck deals where you got the bed on one side and the little your refrigerator and all that on the other side, and I'll have the air conditioner, of course. Well, those are for like 6-foot beds. I measured the bed on this thing, and it's under 5 feet. So what I'm looking at now, I was still looking at another vehicle, but then I'm talking a couple 100,000 bought, and I just think that's crazy. So they make, I don't know if you guys have seen them, they make truck bed tents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy one of those, go out, do the complete setup by myself, film it, of course, and make sure that I can put this tent up, which it looks fairly simple, on the bed of the truck. It comes down at an angle, so it comes actually to the end of the tailgate. So what it adds on, it makes it about 6 foot, almost 7 foot, down towards the bottom, which is all I need. Just need to be able to put the cot in there and sleep. Then outside I'll have the tarp and all the other crap. So that's what I'm going to try. So I'm going to order that today. I have to do some measurements on the bed and make sure that they're really weird because America, they're like 5 foot, 5 inches, 5.5 feet is a small one. 4.5 is here. So it looks like it'll fit. The small will fit on there. So that's going to be it. So there'll be an upcoming video. Going to Bangkok this weekend. The youngest is putting on a singing deal. And so we're going to go there taking the electric hot rod. So when I come back, hopefully it'll be here. And maybe next week, I'm going to go to the same spot because they let me run the generator. They let me do everything. I'm going to put the generator way out. I'm going to buy, I don't know if you've seen the little pop-up round deals that you use for either going to the bathroom or taking a shower or undressing at the beach or whatever. I'm going to put that out. That way I don't have to worry about rain or anything. Stake it down and put the generator out there. I did buy it's actually turned out to be 12 liters, 3.5 gallon boat tank that came yesterday. So I'm going to put that together. I'll probably do a video on that, the extended run part of it. And so that's the way it looks like it's going to be. So we'll see. Hey, James, how you doing? Peter, how are you? Let's see. Hi, Dave. Maryland, Sydney, lover, mother-in-law, cruel, Thailand, having fun. It's great to see you guys happy. Decent group. Thanks, Peter. Um, let's see, did I miss any questions while I was ranting? Oh, is Jam here? I didn't see her. Meow, you here? Hello. If I missed you. So that's the way that's going to go. And I think it'll be okay. If it fits right, it looks like I can put this thing together, lay it up in the bed and put it together. And I just take my time. It takes a half hour to put together. Who cares? Have a chair there and a glass of water. I'll put the tarp up first. And because I want the tarp to cover the ass end of the truck where the tent is, and then out maybe at least 2.5 meters or so, and then I'll have that same like I had the other place. I'll have the floor covering tarp down, and have the refrigerator out there. A couple of those black boxes I'll use as tables, and I bought some other chairs, and we'll make a run at it and see what happens. And do it right. Try to do it, edit it, an actual video, not basically a test. I've got all the information I need. Hey, Douglas, I got all the information that I need on all that stuff now. So I'll put it farther away. I got to go buy a thick, so I don't get a bunch of voltage drop. I'm going to run way oversized wire extension cord, maybe, I don't know, 20 meters. What is that, 60 feet? No, 40 feet. Maybe 30 meters, 40 meters. I'd like it to be like 100 feet away. So whatever that is, 50 meters. So, and check the wire size and stuff like that. I know that Douglas was asking. Dave, you need a 1150 horsepower race truck for your camping. Yeah, I had looked at it. My wife, I don't know if a lot of you guys could maybe answer it, that are married or have significant others. Do they get attached to their everything they buy? I mean, I did that Wave, right? And I put a bunch of money. That was the first scooter she had it completely redone, all new plastics, everything rebuilt. It was like a brand new, but it's carbureted. It was the 100S. And I said, well, I don't really like it that much. I'll get rid of that and get something else. Oh, I don't want to get rid of it. And same thing with a truck or a house or anything, I mean, I'm just as bad, don't get me wrong, but it just seemed like they like to hold on to stuff. So 30 meters is 100 feet, about that. I think 100 feet inside that. Somebody had I don't know if it was you, John, or who was it, that wrote in about putting some kind of deflectors and stuff on it. So that'll semi-deflect it, and then maybe I'll have some kind of a fold-up something. I'll have to figure something out. But it made sense whoever said that. Hey, Meow, how are you? She watched. Yeah, it was good. I watched it. I had a good time. Looks like they had fun. Looks like there was quite a few people that had showed up for that meetup. I think Meow said there was like 20 or 30 people there. Hello, Zunair Beard. I'm glad that you popped in and said hello. You always comment very nicely. I'm glad that you could come in and say hi. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I'm here just listening, trying to put the little man to bed. Cool. Yeah, some things are more important than live streams. Dave, you need to go down and buy on the new, learn the culture first. Slow down on the new, buy. Say that one more time, John. I'm not, it's over my head about the culture first. Slow down on what? Sometimes I move 200 miles a second, and sometimes I'm like a snail. So yeah, I'm trying to rephrase it in old man terms, and so I can understand. Everybody saying hi to Joe. Let's see. Tim says, my wife has no issues with vehicles, but clothes, shoes, purses, yeah, she'll never get rid of. And maybe it was just that was her first scooter. I don't know. But she seemed kind of partial to the truck too. It's the first vehicle that she bought for. And I don't I guess when I look at it, I don't blame her, because for her to have like we had talked before, for for my wife to have bought all the stuff that she has gotten on her salary and still pay for mom and dad and everything and the kids' private schools and their lunches and the apartment in Bangkok and still buy a truck, buy a scooter, buy this piece of property. I'm just in total amazement. That's why I had said before, her real close friends uh, are family, and they took care of her every chance that they could. So anything I can do for them, I'm always open to do. They're great people. Hey, Bobby, how you doing? Morning to you, or nighttime to you, or good evening to you. Soon I'll be able to say, hey, good morning, Bobby. You want to go down and get a cup of coffee? Hopefully that's going to be sooner than later, I hope. And say hello to your beautiful wife. And hopefully she's retired. I'm hoping she's retired. The November's coming up real quick, man. It's going to be here before you know it. It'll be nice. I haven't really went out to any of the places. Maybe when Bobby's here, and maybe we'll get together for coffee. Maybe we'll find a place and meet some more people. But when I don't know. I'm not a big, I sit here and you can't shut me up. But to go into a place by myself and start a conversation, I'm not really good at. Everybody saying hi to Bobby, which is always awesome. So that's what I'm going to try. I don't know, John, when if I miss it, I don't want to miss John's re-explanation of what he said, but I will. I'm keeping an eye out for it. But that's what I hope to do, and I don't want to give up on it, man. I enjoyed myself. It was fun, actually. I didn't get a chance to sit there and bull crap or bullshit with, about anything, why the world goes around or my outlook on life or whatever. But it was nice being able to just kind of sit there and listen to the rain and zone out and watch a stupid Netflix movie and not have to do anything. It was kind of nice. And if I think what I'd do is, if it's not too big of a pain, I'm going to try to do it twice a month, every other week for like 2 or 3 days, depending on what I figure out for toiletry stuff. Um, I'm planning on having a hot water shower. I've already done that in the past. They're real cheap. If there's a lake or a stream or something there, I'll have unlimited. The pump that I'll buy is a submersible. You just throw it in the water, turn it on. It goes through almost the same size deal that we have here on the electric, except they're gas, propane, and you run what I call a 5 gallon or whatever, a medium size propane tank, and hell, you could take a 3 hour shower, no problem, of constant hot water. So I'll have a shower. I'm thinking about getting some kind of a porta potty type thing. That way I'm not restricted. If I get out someplace and the fishing's good and I'm having a good old time and I want to stay 3 days, I want to be able to stay the 3 days. Okay, did I miss you, John, or no? You missed it? I probably did. It's not, happens to me all the time. But that's my plan. I think it'll be fun. And like I said, it was interesting. I really didn't get to set it up as a vlog. Somebody had suggested maybe me reading about vlogging and, a bunch of stuff that you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. And I do want to get better, so I will do that. And I appreciate all the comments, everybody. I tried to answer them. And that video is over, I think it's 1,200 views, which is a lot for me. The normal views on a video is between 250 and 300 on a regular vlog. Some of the shorts I get a lot of views on too. But yeah, that thing, I think it's at 1,200. I can't remember. But anyway, a lot, and I appreciate it. And I tried yesterday to answer all of them, and I think I did all the comments. But I really appreciate you guys giving me your input on it. Hey, Bob, how you doing? The weather here is good today. Rain like heck. It seems to come, I don't know, it's really weird here in Surin. It could be fairly decent all day long, which it was yesterday. And then right before my wife gets home, about 5 o'clock, 5:30, about 4 or 5 o'clock, somewhere in between there, it just dumps. and I mean buckets of rain for like maybe an hour and a half. It did yesterday, and then it kind of on and off until halfway through the night, and now it's fairly decent this morning. So it's really weird because a lot of people say, because I know, hey Gary, uh, I was in Phuket and oh yeah, it could rain for like 7 days straight and it'll wash you and you'll wash away and all this kind of stuff. I was there for 8 months and I didn't experience that. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. Do we have a time when it rains straight for 2 days? Yes. But when they say rain, it's the same thing. It'll rain a little bit in the morning and 15, 20 minutes later, there's sun in it. And it's like I experienced that in Maui and Hawaii. They say, oh, rain, rain. Yeah, but it was like on and off. And plus it's 80, 90 degrees. So it's not like, if you at least have a poncho, you can go do whatever you want to do. But in Kamala, in Phuket, I was there for 8 months and I went on probably 10 or 12 of those mini vacations to Kolak and Krabi and all around the island. And not once did I get rained out in a day, not one time. And so it all depends. It's a rainy season, but can you go to Koh Chang and hang out? Will it rain? Yeah, it could. But if you look at one of Chuck's recent videos when he was there for 3 or 4 days, or when they all were, they still got to do stuff. So it all depends. Like I said, if I was selfish, I would be downplaying Thailand, telling everybody what a horrible, horrible place it is, and please don't come. You'll be mad at me, and you'll think that it's nice and it's horrible. I mean, look at this, right? And because I don't like 10,000 people on a beach. 10 people, that's fine. I can walk around the 10 people, but I can't do that because it's too great of a place. Like I said, have I been every place on the planet? Not by any means, but excuse me. I gotta shave my head. My hair's growing back and itching. But it just makes sense. When you can come to a place and you're on a limited income and you're looking at stuff, the main thing you got to know in your mind is what's it going to cost for food. Now they did raise electricity. I think is it 18% next month. They're going to raise the electric, which is substantial to me. My electric bills are 7,000 baht. But as long as you know that, when you know, okay, the deciding factor to me is the place that puts a roof over my head. And when I know, like, you can come to Surin and you can get for 4,000 baht or under, 4,000 baht, you can get either a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment with an air conditioner. And what is that? Does anybody know? 4,000, 30, 69, $120, $130. It just, then you can look in your mind immediately when I hear that anyway. I'm going, oh, okay. Well, unless food is 10 times as much as it is in here in America, I can go there and live. So that's why I don't do a bunch of videos on how much it costs to live in Thailand, because it's all relative on what the person's about. All right, let me get to some of these. John did kind of, may just slow down on the buying. It's very much like showing everyone around. Look, I go, oh, okay, I see. Well, I did spend a lot of money on the camping equipment, but the tent and stuff is like 2,600 baht. So it's like 30, 60, $75. So it's not, I've already have all the other stuff. And I just didn't want to give up on it, but I understand what you're saying, John. Thank you. You probably tried to say it in an undertone and it went over. I appreciate it, as always. Johnny say it's been raining. Here's Jake saying join Bobby on Friday night. Who did Bobby say? Who's coming on? Did I miss that? Johnny, rain here. Yeah, I bet. If not, Bobby, let me know if you know, or you already who's going to be on. By all means, put it up in the chat and advertise. But so anyway, um, if if you can, getting back to the other part of it is, like I said, the norm in the United States, and I don't know what it is in Australia and the UK and France and Germany. I have no clue. A retirement deal, but for the most part, it's between 16 and 2 grand, and a little bit higher in some instances, and a little bit lower for retirement. Your Social Security if you paid in and worked, besides what you get from your retirements. If you worked for a union or whatever, you understand, as one part of it. But even on that one part, if it's between the if it's between the 16 and 2 grand, and you're a single person, and you're not going to run around all night and drink $100 worth of beer every night or alcohol, as long as you're just coming here to retire and relaxed and that kind of thing, you can do it, no problem. The biggest thing is being able to bring in enough money. If you're up in that 2,000 range, you're pretty darn close to the, what is it, 65,000? Somebody will can post it up. The 65,000 a month. The best way to do it is if you did save enough to where you could bring in 810, 20,000 baht, set it in an account, leave it alone. You never have to worry about it. You can just go about your life. So it it but you can do it. Like I said, when you realize that you get a 1 bedroom apartment basically for 150 bucks, and that the food is reasonable. If you're going to eat American food or imported food and try to buy Fruit Loops and all this kind of stuff from the markets, yeah, it could get expensive. But even if you eat off the street and stuff like that, and decent meals, not just mama noodles every day, um, it might cost you $6, $8 a day. So I don't know what that is either. 10 is 60, 120, 180, $200 a month. So it's easy to work backwards from that. The main thing with me is it going to cost me $1,600 a month to rent a 1 bedroom apartment? So let me go. I know a couple of people have asked questions. I forgot. Was that you answering me, Bobby? I forgot who you're having. Hey, Daz, glad you could make it. Um, yeah, dependent. Um, I guess I didn't. So, we could do that real quick if you wanted to here. But like I said, the that 1,600 is like the magic number. I think and like I said, that's if you ask anybody what the norm, income is from Social Security, that's pretty much the number. And I know Andy put something in here. I think on money wise. Did you, Andy? Damn it! Thought I saw. Oh wait, there it was. I'm a millionaire. Got some Vietnam dong yesterday. 200, 200 Australian is 2.3 dong. Is that how you say it? Dong. Cool. You're getting ready to go. Andy's jonesing. He's ready to hit the road. I thought maybe somebody else, I think, popped in here. Peter saying, hey, Dave, Sydney, Australian Border Police have caught 3 men trying to import 750 grams of ice with a street value of 675 million. Oh my God, someone's in trouble. Yeah, I think so. You think? Uh, yeah, a lot of trouble. Most are 100,000 notes. Yeah, I'm still looking forward to going there. I really wish actually that maybe I could blow out of here and meet up with Andy for a couple of days. And I still didn't get to meet him. I'm gonna get to meet everybody sooner or later. That's definitely one of my deals to do. And I want to have a meetup of this channel in probably John Tiem or Pattaya area, because that's where everybody's kind of around. I pay 18,000 a month. There's a girl who does massage around the corner. I go for my legs. She lives on the 29th floor. Earns 11,000. So it is possible if you work hard. Yeah, I think so too. And the best thing about it is it's not out of reach. For people that are going, oh my God, I'm stuck wherever they are. I've got to live with my kids, and I've got to be in a little room in the garage, and that's what you've got left. There are options. Bobby's here, so we'll let Bobby come in to show us. Hey, Bobby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks. So who are we having? This lovely lady here,
Yanni.
Yanni. Okay, I didn't see. I wasn't looking at the name. Oh, cool. Okay. I haven't really got. I don't know if I know. And even Nanette, the other day, I said Happy Mother's Day to her. I don't know enough about him. I guess I got to watch more of your deals because you probably get into all that. Do you have kids? Are you married? Are you single? That type of thing. But I told her, well, that's for the future. You're going to be a good mom sooner or later. They're such nice people, man. They
Yeah.
take it all they take it all in stride, which is awesome.
Yeah,
So how are you
especially
doing?
Nanette. She's one of the best ones of the bunch.
She's always supportive of me, always,
Of
always there.
everybody. She's that way
Yeah,
with everybody.
yeah, yeah. Um, so November 1st, that's the date I'm giving you. You've got to be out of there. Everything's sold, everything gone. Is your wife
It
listening?
isn't going to
Are you
happen that
listening,
fast.
John? No.
What Jai is talking about right now is she's leaning more towards December.
Oh,
And it's going
all
to
right.
be dependent on her sister, too, trying to get back there from um, Africa.
Africa. Okay.
Yeah, she's working in.
Well, at least it's not. Well, it'll probably be in 23 sometime. So December, I can. That's okay.
Yeah,
Tell
we're
her I'm
what
pushing for it.
what she wants to do is go back there in December. That's what she's talking about,
Right.
and then put our plan together. What we're going to do exactly. If we're going to just continue with the house that's there, just continue the mod that we were working on,
That's the one
or
you
just
raised the roof
yeah,
on.
yeah, or just finish it and start building the new one. But at any rate, she wants to come back here after a month or two, and then I mean, when we're over there, we're going to make our decision that, okay, I'm going to retire on this date.
Ah, I see. So she's going
So
to
she
actually
doesn't,
take a vacation, not
right.
retire. Ah, okay. That makes
So,
sense.
but she thinks it's going to be the end of the year, just not sure yet. And then
Well,
that'll
I'm
make
looking
our
forward to it.
decision. We're selling out everything here in California and going to move to some other location, Florida or Texas or something, with just a condo in a like a senior home area,
Right, right, right.
just for a place to come back to and keep some of our stuff here.
I don't see anything wrong in that either. But you know what else? She's gonna get a look at when you come back for the month of what it's gonna cost. How much are you spending? Is everything gonna be cool? Am I gonna be able to do this? And so maybe it's a
Oh,
good thing, you know.
financially, going there is
Yeah, it's a no brainer.
absolutely no issue to us. None
Right,
whatsoever. I mean, I already told you what we're going to be getting, so
right.
there's clearly no issue with us being able to survive and travel and do everything we want to do.
Everything you want. Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
just don't know if we want to keep a home here in the U.S. for whatever reason.
Right. I got enough family. I feel fairly confident when I sold mine to not have to get something else. In fact, it was actually, but it's just me also when I'm going back most of the time. And I could go stay at this friend's and this relatives and this one and take I'm gonna about 2 weeks every 4 months is my plan to get back on, to going back there. That way I get to see my grandkids. So it didn't make sense to me I'm gonna be traveling. I mean, I've got people all over California and Arizona. So I don't really need it. Plus my house, my nephew that I sold it to is you come here anytime you want. You just take over the house,
Well,
whatever you want
it's
to
the
do.
same with
So,
my sister. She's got a big enough home with an extra bedroom that we can stay in every time we come here in Wyoming.
all right.
So we really don't have to have anything here, but Jai still wants to be able to travel around the U.S. too and see more of the U.S. I mean, she's seen more of the U.S. than probably 90% of the Americans has. We've been all
But
over
there's
the
so much
western
to see there.
third.
People kind of sell the U.S. short. There's some gorgeous,
Oh my
gorgeous
God. Yeah.
places in the U.S. But that's when I before my wife passed, that was our plan. Our plan was to get. That's why I built that. Well, I had other reasons for building the metal building, but the 30 by 60 with 18-foot eaves was to roll a diesel pusher in there, take off and go to spend 6 months in Thailand or spend 6 months in Costa Rica or till we found a place that, okay, hey, this place is pretty cool. And the other 6 months, come back, load up that diesel pusher, and during the winter, and hit places like, the warm places,
That's
and
what I'm
go around.
thinking too, Dave. I'm
Yeah,
thinking the same thing. Whenever the weather gets too crappy in Thailand, then come back here and jump in a nice
yep,
motorhome that
yep,
I
yep.
can leave at my sister's. I mean, there's no problem with me leaving the RV at her
Yeah.
place.
That was our retirement plan. And then and I was going to get a nice one. I was going to get a something that we could go off the grid on and stuff like that, so we didn't have to pull in and pay $150 a night to stay in a campground or something.
Well, the only
Just pull
difference
up the
though,
side of the
Dave,
road.
is we were looking at those and the price of what it cost you to buy one, we can buy a nice home in Texas or
Yeah.
Florida
Oh yeah.
for that money.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
So,
'Cause the one that I
and
was looking at, they were about four. I was looking in the 4 to 6 year old range of at least triple slides and stuff, and they, they were 150,000,
yeah,
160,000.
yeah, with the diesel pushers, you're
Yeah,
you're right now you're in the 200,000 for a used one.
yeah. It depends on when
So
this was. I haven't looked for 5 years, so
we're
it's
thinking
been a
maybe
while
we're going to be Tommy's next door neighbor or Jake's next door neighbor. That's kind of what we're leaning towards.
down in Florida, and we had looked at that too because they had places there that you could buy reasonably. I like to golf. I haven't golfed in 20 years. But we were looking at a place that had 3 golf courses. The house that you bought or you could buy had a place to put a diesel pusher or a big motorhome. And
Hmm.
you go there. Plus, they had all their, I don't know what, knitting, ping pong, anything else you wanted to do for old people. I,
Tommy
I
and
guess
Jake
I'm an
both
old person.
Tommy and
What's
Jake
that?
both laughing at me.
I don't know. That was our plan, and I finally had talked her into coming to Thailand and everything. It was a bummer, but like I said, life has a way of, pulling the sheet out from underneath you occasionally, make you think about things, and
Yeah,
and it couldn't have
I
worked out
stayed
any better.
there. I stayed there in Texas where Tommy is, and also in Florida on a couple of the national disasters we had. I
Right.
stayed for like 3 months at each place, so I know I like it. I know I like it there. So, and I know it's a lot cheaper than what we are here. I mean, our house here is on the lower end scale, and it's worth about 700,000.
John says we're all soft. Sell everything and buy a motorbike and a swag and do it old style. I did it enough back then. It's different now though. If I think it'd be different, probably for Bobby too, if we were both single. It'd be probably a whole different outlook on everything.
Oh yeah.
On what to do. To me,
Oh,
here, the closest thing that I'm going to get, I'm definitely going to do the 2 to 3 weeks every 4 months to go back and see because I want to see my grandkids grow up and I want to see my kids, stuff like that. But I really want to. I'm trying to put the money together to buy one of those condos next to Tom in Rayong, the bachelor style one, so I could blow out of here on a Monday, come back on a Friday. I don't miss much time with my wife, and I can get looking at the ocean stuff out of my system once a month.
yeah,
And
I
and
know.
things
And
are
you
a
know, the
million.
one Tom sent us or put in our chat, It was less
Unbelievable.
than $35,000. It was
Yeah,
less than
it's
35
insane.
grand.
It's insane. And you can own it, but I wouldn't. It's going to go in my wife's name anyway. I just don't want to be bothered with it. You know what it is with me? I've got pretty much everything settled on how I want my end day to go, and I don't want anybody fighting over nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want any question on whose is what and what goes where. Not that I have a lot, but
Louis Cabo,
you know,
welcome. How you doing?
hey Louis, how you doing? Um, so I I don't know. I just don't want it. So I'm just everything here in Thailand is basically hers and this family's, and then everything that's in the States is
I've
my
done the
kid.
same thing. Hearing all of our friends talking about the family screwing around with the finances and all that crap, I'm going to make it easy. I'm putting everything in Jai's name.
Yeah,
Period.
that's what I did. I got no, come on, trolls, send me some stuff. Tell me what an idiot I am. But it
Daz is
it,
not leaving until all his money's gone.
but yeah. So I that's the same way I think too, Bobby. I mean, and you've been married for a while, and you're going to do what you want. It's perfect. Why muddy the waters? Everything when it's going to be bad enough. I believe that this woman loves me. God knows why, but she loves me, and she's going to be devastated when I die. And
Yeah.
why make anything tough? That's why I wanted to make sure that
I
money
do admit,
that I just got finished routing for her on my last retirement, she's going to get more than she's making now with the government, 1.5 times. Thought it was going to be more when I go for the rest of her life. So that made me feel good. I was like, okay, everything could go to crap, and and this family is gonna be taken care of. So that made me feel good. Hey, Mitch.
yeah, Jai is set for life. And when I get over there and she does like everybody says, that she's going to dump me and go off and take everything, whatever.
Hey, never gonna happen, but it'll make good content for you to come on and say, I got stabbed in the heart by a Thai woman. She
Yeah.
took everything from me.
Yeah.
And
So,
you
so
start
far,
your own
it's already
channel.
been 12 years of
No,
dealing
she's
with me on
patient.
a daily
I got to
basis.
give her credit. I got to give her credit. She's patient. She's waiting for that final that
Yeah.
final deal. Might be
Yeah.
30 years, but
Yeah. By
she's gonna
God,
wait
she's
for it.
hanging on for it.
It's amazing. Some of these people cracks me
Yeah.
up. Cracks
Yeah.
me up.
I just went through that this morning with somebody, just this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Telling us that, well, me and another guy that was on the chat was telling us that all we are is cash cows. We're just
Yeah.
cash cows for our foreign wives. And
Yeah, yeah. And they
really,
don't
give me a
understand.
break.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but I've been married quite a few times, probably three more than I needed to be. But I was in California when I got divorced. Half of everything I had was gone. Not that I had a
Right.
problem with that. Most of them, I don't know, the 9 monthers were two of the first ones were 9 months each. But it was it happens all over the world. And are there people that get taken advantage of in the United States? Sure. Are there people that
Yeah.
get taken advantage of in Thailand? Sure. But like I said, if you can't see that something's not right, then you deserve to be taken. If somebody
Oh, yeah.
comes up and
Right.
they
Gary,
phone you,
wasn't he amazing? Everybody was just getting sick of listening to him.
who is this?
A guy that was on the stream, Gary was there. I mean,
Oh, Gary was there.
yeah, I didn't. How do you tell the guy, listen, whatever situations you've been through, I feel bad for you. And
Yeah.
whatever crap you hear from other people about other relationships, I feel bad for them. But Bob and I are not in that same boat. We're not like those guys. And yeah, we support and help our families back in Thailand. Sure, we're going to help them. That doesn't mean I'm a cash cow. That means I would help my family here or my family there. Jai's family is my family.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. Some people just don't understand. I think Mark does. I know you do. Maybe some other people out there do. When I met my wife and decided, not even when I got married, when I met my wife and we started living together, and I knew that we were going to be together forever, hopefully. Um, uh, Her children were my children; they were my blood.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would give my life for them in a heartbeat. I'd give them anything. I want them to have everything that I didn't have as a child. I want them to have everything. Now, like I said, if somebody comes to me and they say, "Oh, like this guy, I would have had a field day with this guy. I wish I would have been there last night." It's like, if you meet a woman and she has you, if she's that good that she can not ask for anything, not play you until she's got you married and building and doing all this and shows no sign, she probably deserves it. I mean, that's awesome, to me. Okay, that somebody could do that. 9 times out of 10, they meet these women and 2 weeks they spend together, and then it's, I need 10,000 baht I got to send to my mom, and I got this, and can you buy me a scooter, because and I need an iPhone, and those to me are telltale signs that maybe you better shift. And it's not
Yeah.
like there's not 1,000
In our
women.
situation, Dave, it was like you said. In my first marriage, she got 3/4 of everything. And when
Right.
my second marriage ended, she took everything else. I was left bankrupt and broke. So
And
when
I've
I
been
met
there.
Jai, we pretty much started over again together. So it wasn't all just me. I mean, I had an excellent job and she's an RN. She's got a great job.
Right.
So we were able to build back together. It's not just my money, it's her money too.
Right, exactly. And in my deal, if something did go wrong in that situation, you both started from the beginning together.
Mhm.
You got what you want. She deserves 50% of what you have
Yeah.
or more.
It's, yeah, as
So
far as I'm
yeah,
concerned, she can have everything because I'm with
exactly,
her to the end.
exactly. And
I'm
that's
with
the way I
her to the
feel.
end. So whenever I drop dead, everything's hers anyhow. So I'm going to put it in her name now so there's no fighting over it.
Exactly. Yeah, because I don't know. I've seen some weird stuff through my life. Had a buddy, had a grandmother and grandfather go. One of those died of a broken heart. One died, and 3 months later, the other died. They'd been married for 80 years or something, something unbelievable like that. And they lived right down the street from my best friend, and I spent a lot of time there. And we watched these people swoop in and what they do for money and stuff, and taking stuff, not asking anybody, going up, open the door, pulling couches out, and this and that, and everything that they could get their hands on. People are weird when it comes to money, even your family. So I just want everything cut and dry. I don't want to give anybody the opportunity to make a wrong decision. It's going to be cut and dry. This is the way it is. Here you go. and
You're
and
absolutely right, Lewis. Um, I have never been cared for by anybody, including my mother, as as well as I am with Jai. She treats me like I'm a little child. She does everything for me.
Same thing.
She brings my food to me, so I'm sitting on my butt doing nothing, and she'll bring it to me. Yeah, I can't say enough good about, and she's just like every other Thai woman I've met.
Me also, I agree 100%. I mean, there's like I said, when I try to explain a Thai woman that I know as my wife, uh, as how they treat me, is I do this analogy where I said I could wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and look at her and go, baby, could you please go down and get me some vanilla ice cream at the 7? I just got an urge. I gotta have it. My wife would get out of bed, go, come back with it. Here's the kicker. God, I've changed my mind, honey. I think I'd rather have chocolate. Right back on it, back there, get that chocolate ice cream and come back. And everything that you do for them, you get back 1,000,000%. It's like Bobby gets up in the morning, cooks his wife breakfast. Why does he do it? In my eyes, because he's getting 100 times more
Yeah.
back. He's doing this little bit to try to make his wife's life easier, and he's getting this humongous amount back. And that's the way I see the Thai women, or maybe all Asian women. I
I
don't
mean,
know too
she's
much.
still working, and I'm not. I'm retired at home now, and I do nothing but YouTube, basically, and take care of the yards. And I help out do about 50% of the stuff in the house. I get up in the morning, I make her breakfast, I do the dishes, and I massage her before she leaves for work every
and
day.
and Randy's got a good one there. My wife doesn't take care of me like a child, but she sure tells me I'm childish sometimes.
Oh, yeah, mine
Uh,
tells me that too, though. Can't you
yeah,
think for
mine
yourself? Why do
too.
I have to tell you everything? Well, because I'm stupid.
Ron's here. Hey, Ron, how you doing? Checking in. Hi, all. Took my girls to school and my wife to the market. So you've done your honeydews. So now you can relax a little bit. But it's different. And like I said, there's telltale signs. If for the rare deal that there is this exceptional, intelligent Thai woman that knows exactly how she's going to manipulate you out of your money by you never knowing, I would think there'd be far and few between. I think that the ones that are really coming after wanting just money, they make it fairly obvious if you open your eyes right from the beginning. My wife never asked me for anything. Never. Never asked me for money to give her parents, never asked me for money for her. When we got together, I gave her money to run the house, buy, cleaning stuff, food, pay the electric, pay this, pay that stuff, but never to this
Mine
day.
does ask me for something. About once a month, she'll ask me to drive her to North Hollywood to go to Thai Town and buy groceries
Yeah, there you go.
because she
Yeah,
won't drive there.
my wife, and I don't know, I guess it's all Thai women. Boy, you give them they, there isn't a night that goes by that my wife doesn't want to go to the a night market somewhere. The green market on Saturday and another green market on. They love them markets, man, and that's where I guess we get our majority of food. At least that's where my mother-in-law goes with her, and they come back with all sorts of good stuff, Isan sausage, and I don't know what I'd do now if I was. Now it's just the opposite. If I didn't live in Thailand anymore and had to go back to the United States, I wouldn't be sitting in Thailand jonesing for Jack in the Box and this one and that one. I'll be in. If I went back to the United States, I'd be joining, jonesing for Isan food and Isan sausage and the hot peppers and all that stuff that I get on a daily basis here. So
Yeah, Ron, you better be careful because she's going to take everything.
yeah, yeah, they all are. It's just the way that it is. Uh, let's see what Johnny says. My wife has lunch cooked for. My wife has her lunch cooked every day, work day, and after she finds herself in return, I get the frustration of living with another person, washing and crap everywhere. Yeah, you give that to her, right? Yeah, then that's the way I think Bobby looks at stuff too. Like he just said, I'm retired now. I'm not working. Why not? But like I said, every little thing that I do for my wife, I get back at least tenfold. Probably more like 100. Time, and it's not just my wife. It's my in-laws. It's my children. They just in the United States, the children are way different than this generation. One's 18, one's 16. Like I said, I never got asked them to do something, and I have never got in almost 3.5 years. And why do I have to do it? Why can't
Hey,
you get
Dave, Jake
somebody
said
else?
it's time to get
Never,
going.
never. What's that?
Jake said it was time to get going.
Where's he going?
I guess he's going to bed or going to do honeydews. It's
Oh, that's right.
nighttime
It
for
is.
him.
It is nighttime. That's right. I forgot.
Night,
I
Jake.
think
See ya.
it's and Tom's ready to go to the wombat. That's every day, isn't it, Tom? Pretty much. What's that coming from? Winnings can never be passed on to family. So when I die, that's it. But I wish I would have been there last night. That's um, that's a bummer. I would have loved to have talked to that guy. And there's a lot of them out there. It's not like there's just only one or two. I mean, there's hundreds and probably thousands of guys that figure. I mean, even when I went to the hospital and my wife didn't have access to my bank accounts, didn't know anything. I've got a tube shoved down my throat. I'm barely coherent at all. And luckily, what she did was she used my iPhone 7 and she had to record some stuff for TOT phone call. So she needed two phones. wanted to say, hello, you've called reach TOT, whatever it was. She did on mine, and I gave her my access to my phone. She remembered that the second or third or fourth day in and got onto Facebook and put out there, Dave is in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. My brother, and by all means, weighing on the side of caution, although I believe he took it too far, got in contact with her and wanted to know, is this a scam? Is my brother really in the hospital? Can you say you're scamming me? You're doing this and that. And he took it a little too far as far as I was concerned, because he had me read all this stuff afterwards. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. But she went through all this stuff and didn't have, nothing to me. He had people, one friend in the United States that was Thai, his wife or something, call my girlfriend at the time and talk to her. He goes, I want you to see if she's a scammer or whether you think she's a scammer or not. And this person said, oh, she's really nice, no problem. My wife says, the lady said, yeah, you're definitely not a scammer. You're really nice. Do you have access to his bank accounts? She goes, well, no, I have his credit card. And she goes, well, if you got access and stuff, I would just take all his money. You've only been around there for 8 months and move on to the next guy. This is his friend, and I'm going, wow, so I give my wife kudos. She, and for her, you guys have probably heard this before. My mother-in-law and father-in-law don't know me from Adam. They know that their wife's happy and me and her got along. They were willing to sell the truck, telling my wife, maybe you should sell the truck to pay the bills or sell their home to pay the bills so I, could get out and make sure everything was good in the hospital. This is people that I met for 8 months, and so my wife can have any damn thing that she wants. I don't care. What's that?
Joe says, take a look at runaway campers.
I'm thinking about one. Okay, I'll look. Joe's going camping. Bobby will look and see. I'm going to order that tent today, so we'll see how that goes.
Jai won't do a tent. Jai wants to go everywhere I go. Jai wants to go, and she won't do a tent.
She won't what? Do camping?
She won't do a tent. I mean, it's hard enough to get her to stay in an RV.
I don't blame her at all. I wouldn't. If I had the money, I would buy a full blown, there's a used one that will fit on this bed that has an air conditioner. They're newer. I forget the name of them for 250,000 baht. So it's not a lot of money. So if I wanted to, to go in a pickup bed. It fit this bed too, 4.5 footer with the end on it. It goes out 5 feet or 6 feet and fit the bed, do everything over. Nice little rig. But I just don't want to. If my wife told me I would go once a month. We could go for a 3-day, 4-day, 5-day camping. Yeah, I'd do that every month. I would think about it. But for me, just to satisfy my needs, I don't want to spend the money when I could spend under 3,000 for this tent. And I might get in there and go, I still want to camp, but I can't get in and out of the truck. I'm having a hard time putting the thing together. That's what I want to see when I get.
Hello, Mac. How you doing?
Hey, Robert. But
yeah, I'll tell you, I've had 2 Class A motorhomes and I've had 2 fifth wheel trailers. And camping was okay. Only one of them since I've been with Jai, and she went camping with me probably 6 or 8 times. And she just didn't like it. She says, no, why do I want to do this? We can stay in a motel for just about the same money.
That's what my wife says too. Same thing. We could go and stay in Krabi, or we could go here, we could go there. I said, that's right. We could, and we could still do that. Especially if I've laid out the money that I've laid out for the camping. And if I go and do it, like I said, twice a month for 2 or 3 days during the middle of the week. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna, go on vacations. That's I call them vacation. I'm telling Bobby's, you're gonna be here and be retired. It's still a mini vacation. 4 or 5 days. We try to go to Ko Chang to Serenity at least twice a year for 7 days. The kids like it. They like the little plunge pool on the roof, jacuzzi. They like the pool. They like they like it there. So me, I would like to try other places. It's kind
Yeah,
of hard
everything
when
we do, whatever we do here is done like a vacation too, because Jai has to take off work to do it.
right,
So
and that's the
everywhere we
same thing
go
with
is
Bob.
it's a vacation. But when we get over there, when we get to Thailand, it's going to be free for all. We can go and do whatever we want, get up in the morning and make a decision that we're gone for 3 or 4 days or a week or whatever we want.
High key. Yeah, it's the same thing with me because my wife works. That's a situation, and that's what I bought into, and that's the way I'll live my life.
Hmm.
Um, I'll probably going to be dead when she retires. Okay, I got to be perfectly honest. She goes till she's 60 in 20 years. I'm probably going to be pretty close to done, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. I try to squeak more and more time out of her. She gets so many days, and I said, okay, well, we'll do two big ones, and then we'll stretch out because it's really weird. She'll all of a sudden come up to me, and I told her, I said, you need to give me more time. Oh, I have Monday and Tuesday off. Why? I don't know. It's the King's brothers cousins
Yes, something like that.
marriage day or something. So okay, so we get days like that we could add like 1 or 2 vacation days and get a 6 day, stay somewhere. So it'll be fine. It's not a problem. It's a little bit harder than, like Chuck and Paige and Joe and Gift and James and Fa. They could take off and go anytime they want. So
Yeah, hey,
it's a little
so
bit
when you
tougher.
get to my age, your everything hurts. So
Yeah,
you get up in the morning and say, well, okay, what is the most painful thing I have to deal with this morning?
yeah, 2 20-year-olds. That was mine too, Traveler. Uh, so many, yeah, and I'm still hoping. I'm hoping that you could still get to Thailand because I know that you said it's kind of put a smile on her face, and you both want to go to the same place, which is a hard thing right out of the gate. First of all, being able to get away from your problems, your mother, your father, people you need to take care of, whatever it is, and then have to agree on, well, I want to go to Hawaii and retire, and I want to go to England, and I want to go to wherever. It's a chore to do no matter what, but it's always, like I said, you guys got to try Thailand, man. Never thought, Daz, you had the same plan. I did too. Just didn't quite work out to that. All right. Thanks, Liz. When I told her that about the jersey deal, no, I don't want to give him one of the ones that's yours. I want to make him one. I said, okay. I said, whatever she wants to do. So you're gonna get a jersey. Now I don't know if it's gonna say Louis Cabo and whatever it's gonna say on it. But you're gonna get your own uh, pre-made one. Oh, thank you again, Lewis. Um, let's see, Daz. And Daz thinks he might be coming next month, right? I think. I think. I don't know, man. I was supposed to go back in November. Now I'm thinking I might push it to next year. There's so much stuff going on the end of this year. Um, Maybe I'll go
Oh,
back in
great. So you were
January.
going to come here. That's what you said. You were going to come here and see Randy, Ron, and me in November,
Right. That's what and
and
I
then you were going to
still,
fly back.
yeah, it's still kind of up in the air. My mother wants to see me. She's getting up there. She's 89, although in decent shape. But she wants to see me. I want to see, like I said, the granddaughter is going to be 3 years old in January or February, I believe. She was born when I had the tubes down my throat. I have never touched that child. I have never held that child. And I've seen her on FaceTime, and that's about it. So I am jonesing to get back there and see them. The thing
See
that
you
I tell
around.
people that have family there, when I first started coming here, my plan was I was on a 3 month tourist visa or 2 months in the extension, 3 months. I would fly back, stay 2 to 3 weeks in the United States. My mom's house is a 20-minute drive from the Thai embassy. I could drop off my passport in the morning and come back at 3 in the afternoon. It was done, stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered, and go back. And then I would, I would travel around, and that's what I'm hoping to carry on. That amount of time with FaceTime and everything else, unless you're, and I don't think people would come if they were like this anyway. I've had my grandkids since they were babies. I've taken care of them every day, so that my daughter could work and all this stuff. You probably would never even go. But if you've seen your family on a semi consistent basis, 2 3 times a month, twice a month, that jonesing deal between the FaceTime and the 3 or 4 months, and then going back and seeing them face to face was good enough for me. Uh, so, in case anybody's wondering what's going to happen, now you might be totally different. You get here and freak out because you you haven't seen the kids. Then
I won't,
you
Dave. You
probably
know what? My kids have grown up and they're on their own, and their kids that they're raising, that's their problem. I mean, if I see them, okay. If I don't, I'm okay with that too.
yeah, and I didn't. My son lives up in Central California. Her um, family, which is awesome, their mom and dad are split up, but her dad and everything they do Sunday meetups for dinner and all this kind of stuff. They do family stuff, which is awesome. I don't get to do any of that, but I don't care. I'm a little bit on the selfish side because like I said, I'm happy to be alive and happy to have the woman
Yeah, really,
that I
Dave. If
married.
you were there, would you drive 4 or 5 hours to go see him
I
once a
didn't
month
do
or
it
something?
before. No, I didn't do it
No,
before.
and I don't do it now either. So
You know,
that's why I'm thinking when
I'm
I
horrible,
go, it's no
and
big
that's
deal because
that's
I
that's what my
haven't I
son
haven't
says.
driven up north for 2 years.
Yeah, because and my wife wanted to a lot of times, and I should have done it, but that's what my son kind of says, and I think in my mind is he gets it from me. My mom, her whole life was I was out of the house when I was 16 and a half or something. And it was I never called her. She always worried, and this kind of stuff. And now I'm in the situation where it's come back to bite me in the rear because my kids learn from basically what I did. And it's like pulling teeth for us together once a week FaceTime. I can't even get once a month. So but God bless him, the kid works 6 days a week. He's
Well,
got
you
four
see, though, Dave,
kids.
in my situation, I'm much older than you. My grandchildren are already grown adults with kids of their own.
Right,
I've
right,
got
right.
great
Great.
grandchildren.
And yeah, yeah. And
And it never
so
works to try to meet anybody. You say, "Oh, I'm able to go on this particular." Well, we're not going to be around.
right.
All right, screw it.
And they have lives, and I believe it. And does it hurt
Right,
me sometimes? Kind of, but I look back and I go, you were the same way. You
right,
you take off and you're living your life. You
yeah,
do it. Now, if they were constantly bitching at me, going, "How come you don't do this?" and I probably would have more of a tendency to do it because, like my wife here says, "Why can't you just call him on Sunday? Why do you have to wait for him to call me?" I said, "I think it's kind of like an elder thing, you know." But I
You know what
said,
the
"You're
truck
absolutely
pulls
right."
are? You know what the truck pulls are? Those big high horsepower trucks that pull the sled thing behind them that pulls the weight
Yeah,
forward.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, both of my grandsons are heavy duty into the truck pulls. They both have uh, championship trucks that they go all over the United States racing. So they're gone all the time, and every time I try to say, "Well, are you gonna now? Now we're out. We're not going to be here," or I give up. I just watch them on the internet. They've got YouTube channels that they film their stuff on.
Okay, let's see what Lewis is asking. Dave, I'm planning on a total medical screening in Bangkok in December. Any advice? I think any of the Bangkok hospitals that are around you would probably all be well. You wouldn't have any problem. Um, I've had nothing but good experiences with hospitals here, private hospitals, even
People
the
go
government
from all over
hospitals.
the world to that big hospital in Bangkok to get work done. It's it's the top 5 in the world.
What's the name of it? Do you know?
I
Is it
can't
Bangkok?
remember the name. It's the huge one. It's the big one there in Bangkok, though.
Does Mitch might know? Who else? Who's in Bangkok that's in here now? I'm way behind on everything. If I miss something, put it back up. Tom might know. Joe would know. Um, I can find out for you, Lewis. I'll ask around. The one that I don't know which one Joe went to, and I'm talking about Foreigner Joe. Um,
He
but
went to that big one. He went to the big
yeah,
one I'm talking
that's
about.
what
I
I
just
thought.
can't think of the name.
I'll
Yeah,
send Joe a
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
send Joe a
Bumregard.
message and
That's the name.
find out.
Ron put it up. It's Bumregard.
Okay, there you go. Where? Thanks, Ron. I guess the consensus of everybody on here is that right there, Lewis. That's the place to be. But
Yeah,
I
like
think the
on the
Bangkok
fifth
ones are good
floor or
too.
something like that. We went there a couple of times with one of Jai's brothers was in the hospital, and I think it's the fifth floor. They have this whole outdoor decking thing that's all vegetation and seating areas and absolutely beautiful, and it's way up off the ground.
And it's the place to be. Huh?
Yeah.
I would at least Google that name and see. But it seems like that's coming highly recommended. So, Daniel, how you doing? Immigration did not fine me for 1 day overstay or penalize me for not reporting in 24 hours, like but they treated me. Yeah, it depends on where you're at, right? That doesn't surprise me, Daniel. Doesn't surprise me at
You know, I
all.
think Dave, weren't you in the Seren Hospital?
I was the Syrin. When you say Syrin Hospital, that's the government hospital. The name of
There's
the
two.
what's that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
the
two
private
hospitals
hospital.
in Seren.
I forget the private. I've been to both because what he did was he works at both. I don't know if people are familiar with here in Thailand, but they'll work at both the government hospital and the private hospital. And
Jai
my
did
heart
too.
doctor, yeah, my heart doctor is top notch. I mean, I couldn't tell. I still go to him every 3 months.
Yeah,
But
Jai swears about going to those hospitals to get anything done. She says, you just go to Seren.
mhm,
Any of the work you may need done, go to Seren and get it done
that's
there.
what he told me. See, what it was is because of my wife's insurance, the one pill that he wanted to get me on as a blood thinner instead of rat poison, which is like state of the art, it's expensive. It's expensive to me as a person from the US. I can't remember how much it was. He said, "Come to the government hospital. I'll get you a deal where it costs you, what does it cost us? 500 baht for both me and my wife for an early deal. Come there and put it this way, instead of being the first time we went, it was all day. Okay. And I told my wife, forget it. I ain't doing this. And I told the doctor. He said, no, no, no. Next time you come, I'm putting you on this, whatever thing. You come in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, get your blood test, and you're out of here by 5:30, 6 o'clock. So 3 hours. And that's about what it was at the private hospital. I would go in, but it's just a lot less people. But they work at both places. It's cheaper. Oh, well, it's free for a Thai person, right? Probably free at the
Mhm.
government, I believe,
Yeah.
for any Thai national. And they're getting the same. It's the same exact doctor. He took her. Now, when we go in, we both get blood tests. We both go to see him. We sit in there. He talks to both of us, runs all our stuff. Granted, my wife's takes like 5 seconds and mine takes like 10 minutes. But yeah, you have to look into what you're going to get here when you come. As far as what are you going to do for medical insurance?
What am I going to do? I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I also have VA.
The VA can you use here?
Yes.
Okay, so you're
That's one of the things that James had on his a video.
yeah,
He
that's
did
what
a
I thought.
special video
Yeah,
about veterans, and to be able to use it, you just have to get a letter filled out and signed and take it to your whatever the hospital is you're going to be at.
I see. And then you kind of pay for it and they reimburse you, right? Or something
No,
like
I don't
that.
think you. I think with the VA one, I think if I'm don't not mistaken, you don't even pay for it. They just bill the VA direct.
Well, if James is lurking and over his hangover, he'll probably jump in and answer.
Raymond wants to know if the medication was Eliquis.
I don't know, to tell you the truth, Raymond. If my wife was here, I would ask her. She does all my. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to touch my medication. She for the whole week. She sets them all up. She knows them in and out now. She don't at the looking at the pills. She knows what I'm supposed to take 3 times a day, and a lot of vitamins I take too. But I can find out for you. I'll try to remember uh, what that was. But I told him, I said, people have been taking rat poison for a million years. What the hell? Who cares? And no, this stuff's way better. It's not good to take the rat poison.
You know,
Okay.
Jai retired from both of the hospitals in Surin. She worked 20 years and retired from both of those hospitals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ron, yeah, no, it doesn't. Why did I say it did? No, Medicare doesn't. Nothing does. Nothing from the U.S. works here. That's why a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people. I've been
Well,
asking
not true.
myself.
Not
So
true because the VA is from the US and it does work there.
yeah, the VA is the only one though that I know of. None of the stuff from if you're just a normal
See,
civilian,
Gary?
person that it will work. But they, I don't know what I was going to say now. I forgot. I'll remember. Medicare, U.S. only, yes. Um, but I spend like 160. Well, if you watch Chuck's video, No Time to Be Sad, I always throw in Chuck's because he goes through a lot of the stuff. His mom came here, if you're not familiar with it, and he discontinued her Social Security, whatever, Medicare, and I thought about that, and I thought about, well, if I go back for this 4 weeks or 3 weeks, every 4 months, what's going to cover me? Because I did ask about it at one time. I said, if I opt out of this and get my $200 or whatever it is a month, um, can I get it back? And they said yes. Said you'll have to wait a little bit of time, but it's not much time, and you can get back in. And I said, okay, that was good to know. But I think for the $200 or the 160 or 80 or whatever it is, for me going back there every 4 months, I think I'm just going to leave it there just in case something happens when I'm there. At least I won't be burdened with like I was here with a million baht bill. Where's
Yeah, I
John
didn't
going?
know you could cancel the Medicare. That'd be good too if I could cancel that.
BKK 21. See it. All right, John, take it easy.
My
Uh,
Blue Cross Blue Shield, I'm on the federal employee benefits deal, the FEP Blue, and it costs me $650 a month.
yeah, that sounds about right. You know what it was when the best thing that I ever did when me and my wife were on Social Security was get gap insurance. And I got Blue Cross Blue Shield gap insurance for her. That multi-million dollar cancer deal, Stanford Hospital, bone marrow transplant, all that kind of stuff. I never added it all up, but it was somewhere between $3 and $5 million or some ridiculous amount of money. Because I think those private rooms in the bone marrow were like 20,000 or 15,000 a day. Anyway, I paid $50 out of all the stuff that she had done. One of the things that they said no or something on or whatever it was, and it was $50, and I didn't even argue. I just sent them the $50. The rest of it they covered 100% with Social Security.
Hello,
So
Balut John, Bakersfield, California in the house.
yeah, there he is. We had talked before. Where is he? Still here?
Yeah, he's here.
Or he just come back in? I can't
Yeah,
see
Ron,
him.
that is pretty high. $650 a month. I'm
Yeah, but
not
not
sure.
unusual, is it? I mean, my brother, until he started his own business, when he stopped working for somebody and started up his own business, that Cobra and all that other stuff that he was paying was like 1,600 a month. And then if he was going to get in a regular thing for him and his three kids, him, his wife, and the three kids, I think it was over 650. And the only reason that he kind of got it a little bit lower is it's just him and two other guys in his HVAC business, and he got a medical something or other. But I still think it's outrageous. I think it.
Well, mine is outrageous, but I know Foreigner Joe has the same exact insurance, and that's what he uses over there, the FET Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't. It doesn't sound high to me from what people have told me. Doesn't sound out of line for the United States. And you look here, what is it? Some of these ones, I think it was between 15 and 12 and 1,500 a year for a very good medical policy here. So
Yeah, I think Tim just said that a minute ago. I think Tim said it was 1,200 or something like
yeah,
that.
something like it depends on your age. Tim's a little on the younger side. Mine would
Yeah,
probably be more, and they don't do existing conditions either. So if you have something, although I did hear like if you had a stent put in and you haven't had any problem with it in 20 years, they will honor, say, okay, we'll cover something or whatever. But that's all hearsay. You need to check into it. What's Mitch saying here about medical?
Tim was paying 800 a month in the U.S., so my
Yeah, so I don't
650
think, yeah, I
it's not
didn't
that
sound,
far out of line.
no, didn't sound out of line to me. Everyone's medical premiums are based on their situation, so the numbers are relative. What is high for some is not for others. Yeah, but what it's going to be, what it is. If you're going to come here to Thailand, I'm the first one to say, no matter what it is, you got to have it here. So if it's 2,500 a year, you need to have it. Either that or you got to have a big bank account. Because like I said, 3 months for me was $1,000,000 baht, so 30 some odd thousand in the exchange rate back there,
Take
32,000.
care, Andy. See you later.
Oh, that's what it was, 800. Lewis saying, thanks to Tommy J. I wish Tommy J was coming. Did you get that name of that hospital, Lewis? If not, I can go back and
Well,
look it up.
Tommy J's got the same problem the rest of us. He's got mom to take care of.
Exactly. Yeah, something I would have never, if it would have been years ago before I even thought about retiring, that would have been, they would have said, what do you see for problems? I don't know, breaking my arms and legs or not being able to leave or having a serious medical. I would have never said, hoping that my mom and dad are healthy so I can go retire. I would have never, it would have never crossed my mind. And now I think, especially on this channel, it's a big influence to everybody here that it's happened to Bobby and Jake. And there's a lot of people here that have
Mitch.
experienced.
Yeah, Mitch had it.
Mitch, same thing. 800 a month. Yeah, I think you're getting a good deal.
Yeah, the good
Hopefully
thing about it, I've had it so long because it was my insurance I had all through the time I worked for the Army Corps of Engineers, and I don't have to worry about any pre-existing conditions or any of that. I'm covered for whatever.
Cool. Okay, cool. Good to hear. It sounded like it came highly recommended, so I would say definitely check into them. Chris saying bye to Andy, so I guess Andy's leaving. See you later, Andy. How long have we been here? An hour and a half already. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I got to bail too, Dave, because Jai's going to be home any minute, and I got the security door locked.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
All right, take care, Dave.
You want to for Friday night? What times again?
It's 5 a.m. California time, 8 a.m. East Coast time, 8 p.m. in the Philippines, 7 p.m. in Thailand.
Okay. You guys got all that? If you guys haven't seen it yet, you guys need to go and check it out.
Yeah, stop by and see us. Friday Live. Appreciate it.
All right.
Take care, everybody.
Take
Bye.
it easy. Bye. Let's see what Bob said. This is a good info. Med, yeah, it's a big deal. Like I said, I didn't think that it was that big of a deal until I got sick, because up to that point I thought I was superhuman and nothing could hurt me. And boy, I'll tell you what a enlightening experience to be able to go from thinking that you couldn't be hurt to not being able to walk. I was in a walker when I got out of there, barely in a walker, to just so I could go home. I wanted to have been 3 months. I didn't want. Then what happens is, as soon as I get home, the virus is going crazy and everybody's locked down. So I did 3 months in the hospital, and then whatever it was, 6 months or in the house. But the house at least I was familiar with. Uh, Let me see. I think I'm caught up. That's pretty much the same then, right, Joe? Isn't that what it was 2 days ago? 35.44 sounds familiar. I don't know what I should have probably moved more money when it was whatever it was, 36 and a half. Is that what it got up to? What city? I'm in Surin, which is real close to, let's see, Buriram. Ubon is a couple hours further towards where Chuck lives. In Isan, pretty much I think they consider Buriram the start of Isan driving through, but Surin. And that's the only, it's okay. It's a little bit, maybe if Bobby gets here and some other people I meet or something like that. But basically, it's just there's not an abundance of expats here. There are a few, but like I said, I find it weird to go out and just walk into a place, a coffee shop, and strike up a conversation. I shouldn't be. Maybe I'm better now that you can't shut me up. Who knows? Hey, David, how you doing? Any videos on your story with your wife taking care of you? I think the original one with Joe, which if you go on my channel, and would it be under? Hold on one second. I'll look, because I have that playlists. If you go on playlists, there's the interview that I did with Joe, and I probably ought to do another video. I did that introduction. If you look on my homepage, but I think I'm going to redo it. I got to listen to it because I don't remember what the hell I said. Maybe I should go in more detail for people that really want to know, because it really was something, man. I mean, the woman's I don't know, she's incredible, man. So is the family. Do you have a video about stay in the hospital? No, I never really explained it, except that it was awesome. So maybe I should. If you guys are asking, maybe you'll watch it. So maybe I'll put maybe I'll do a video just sitting here rapping about what had transpired from that New Year's Day in 2019 until I got out and got home. Probably be good. I will do that. I will do that. Podunk, sir. it's a place that Mitch will never go to for some reason. He has allergies that keep him from coming to Surin. But uh, every time I'm live, I talk about it. I pretty much, it's a big part of my life, I guess. Okay. Here we go, Mitch. I spoke with Dr. Doolittle, and he said even though the elephants are bored in Surin now, have to go there and check it out. Yeah, I don't know, like I'm going to be coming there, so I'll be seeing you probably within the next month or so. But you might want to think. I know you want to get here. I know you do, but you might want to find out. I'll try to find out when that November Elephant Festival is, because that's supposed to be the biggest reason why anybody comes to Surin. And I know it's in November, but I just don't know when. But I'll try to find out for you. Maybe you want to come then. Last weekend, and I wasn't there. You didn't tell me. Okay. It's an ongoing joke anyway. I know he wants to. It was a bummer too because he got sick and he really wanted to come to the wedding house blessing that actually Chuck came to, and Tom and his beautiful wife and Anna. They all came. Got to run. All right, Robert, take it easy. I don't think I'm going to go all that much longer anyway, unless you guys got some questions. But I will do that. I've got my camera sitting right here, and I can actually do it right. I can do it right on this that I've done, like at the end of on the end of the camping video. It isn't a. I think it's an amazing story. You know, when people that you met for 8 months are willing to sell their home so that you don't die, I think it's amazing. But let's see. Ah, right. Okay. That's I don't think that's horribly. I'm kind of bad with directions here too. I don't think that's horribly far from me. Okay, I won't tell you met me in Surin with Chuck. Yeah, yeah, and and Chuck drove right through Surin too, but he didn't. He wasn't stopping. He has stopped here a couple of times and stayed in a place that I've never stayed in, but he has stayed in that one that we had talked about before, which is an awesome place. If you're ever coming to Surin, Slive, I don't know exactly how to say it. Great American food, burgers, salads, and good Thai food. Very clean rooms, no pool or anything like that, but a nice, clean place right in the middle. If you like walking out the front and being able to walk around and see everything, find food, find whatever, it's a good place. Receipt question. Okay. I should be able to answer those. Go ahead, Bob. Couple hours north. Okay. So yeah, I thought it was within a couple hours. Sounds about right. Saw that video, Dave. Good luck at your home. Yeah, I think Chuck did probably the best job of vlogging it. It was basically my wedding day. It wasn't my actual day I got married, but it was the wedding day, and it was perfect, man. It cost a little bit to do, but it came off because it was right in the middle of all the virus crap, and I thought no one was going to show up, and I want to say maybe 150 people showed up out of the over 200. I think that no one came from Ubon, none of the family, one person I think. So they just because of that, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't either. Did you know Marianne Carter on the corner of Roscoe and Shirley? The name sounds awfully familiar, Bob. I don't know. Where'd she go? Cleveland, obviously. She must have. Our age or my age? But Bob, in case you guys are wondering, found me on here, and we grew up in the mile from each other or whatever in Reseda or in Southern California, San Fernando Valley. So it's kind of cool. But that name sounds familiar. I'm so too many drugs in the 70s. I like to push it back on that. There it is. So I pronounce sleeve. Hold out great reviews from there. Yeah. Yeah, Chuck spent there. A lot of people have been there and stayed there. I liked it. Me and my wife went and spent the night that Chuck was here, just to go do it. And I've a couple of times, like during the second stint when I could still walk, we went to one of the hotels in town. I said, I'm tired of sitting here. They're open. Let's go. We didn't go out of the room. We didn't do anything. We brought our spray alcohol, wiped everything down, and spent Saturday and Sunday while she was off doing a vacation. Which I'll let you know my dates, probably early December. Cool. Yeah, are you gonna be mostly in Pattaya, John TM, or are you gonna go travel, Lewis? I think you said you were. I thought you said you were coming like on the 10th or something. Yeah, you can if he wants to. That's no problem at all. If you want to come on the little after deal where a few of us kind of hang out and talk for about yeah 15 minutes to a half hour, I'll put up the link before I go off the air, which is probably going to be shortly. It's been an hour and 45 minutes, I think. I think I have you spoken to Chuck about travel recently? No, I haven't. I haven't talked to him. I need to because if I'm going to go, like I said, I need to be here on the 25th, and I think I'm going to come and visit Tim and them when they get there. I'll come on like the 22nd, but I'll get a hold of them because I'm only going to be at the get there on the 22nd and come back on the 24th, so I'm not going to be there a long time. You'll be traveling all over. Cool. Well, hopefully we'll be in touch. I'm sure we will. And like I said, if you want to come on, I'll put that link in there. You just click that, and it'll send you to the green room. And Tommy wants to talk to you, obviously. Uh, but yeah, because in fact, I think I'm going to end it at 145. Traveling all over. Yeah, I mean, why not? All right, let me see. Let me put the link in here. This link is the link. You just press it and you come in. I won't put you up in until after we're off the air. So that's the link. Alrighty, I'm going to end this here. I'm going to go over to the nice intro and outro that Richard made for me, and find my outro and wave at everybody and say thanks a lot for coming by, and I'll catch you on the next one.